And be sure to take lots of notes because you're going to learn lots of things about our international markets and how to be successful there.
Yeah, if you're in the closing session there over in the arena, you might have heard me speak to Christopher Pear that when I got a phone call that the former CEO of Herbalife was on the phone, I thought it was a crank call. And it was a little tongue-in-cheek, but you know, it's amazing to us, to me, as where we've come over the 11 years, the people that are attracted to what we all are doing, what everybody in this room is doing, the people who want to come here. And then when we met Christopher and saw his care for the industry, because he knows what network marketing can provide that isn't being provided elsewhere. He knows that opportunity for the average person isn't out there. And he wants to not only bring that here to everybody in the United States, Canada, and Australia, but other countries as we move forward. And we're looking for selective partners like Mexico that makes sense to partner with Plexus. So do me a favor, let's give him a big welcome, our President of International and Operations, Christopher Pear. Let's welcome him up.
Christopher Pear, everybody! Woo!
Thank you, Charles and Alec. And first, I want to thank all of you for coming to this very important meeting. And I want to thank you as well for the opportunity to spend a little bit, to spend a little bit more time with you. Earlier today, when we announced our next country, Mexico, I was very open with you. I shared my heart about how powerful our mission is and about how powerful our culture and opportunity is. And to me, what is amazing is that what we are doing is absolutely universal. I've had the opportunity during my career to help open successful direct selling companies in over 50 countries. And to me, what's extraordinary is that in every single country, whether it's India, whether it's Europe, whether it's Mexico, wherever it might be, everybody has one thing they're looking for, and that's hope. That's what Plexus provides. Do you agree? But it's really important also to remember that hope and opportunity are only credible if they are built on a rock-solid foundation of integrity and strength. We must have the best compensation plan, the best products, the best mission. My friends, do we have all those things? Absolutely. That's why I'm here. That's why you are here today. I know without question that Plexus offers everything we need to create a billion-dollar global company. But what we need now is we need you. We need you to raise up. We need you to reach out and share our opportunity because it is extraordinary. Since last spring, we've officially opened 2 countries. We've opened Canada and Australia. So where's our Canadians? Where's our Australians? Together? Absolutely. So thank you so much for being here. Many of you have traveled not only hundreds, but thousands of miles to be here, and we're very grateful that you have. The countries as you are here have still extraordinary potential. We have not scratched the surface in Canada or Australia. But I also want to share with you that there's a tremendous need for each one of you as you expand in those countries to provide access to the health and happiness that Plexus offers. Now, as a businessman, I have to say, Canada and Australia aren't the biggest markets for direct sales. They're not huge countries in terms of population. So on paper, it might not look like those are the logical places for us to begin our international expansion. But this company is built on integrity. And our ambassadors were so enthusiastic about speaking about Plexus, spreading Plexus, and sharing this opportunity with others that we had customers, as you know, leaders and followers in each one of those countries before we officially launched. And Tarl and Alec are we're absolutely committed to supporting our ambassadors who had the courage to lead the way. And congratulations on having that courage. So now we are open to both of these countries, and as I said, we've barely scratched the surface. They need to hear from you. And the global opportunity is even greater. Did you know that 80% of the world's direct selling market is in 10 countries? That's it. 80% of the world's direct selling is in 10 countries. And our next international expansion is into Mexico, which is number 7 on that list. Extraordinary opportunity. The population is huge. The country is right next door. But most important, Mexico has dire need of the 2 things that we provide. We provide financial opportunity, we provide solutions for wellness, and then as I said this morning, we provide the culture that embraces everybody. So, additionally, and I know this because my grandpa had this problem, he was from Monterrey, Mexico. Mexico has one of the largest overweight populations in the world, and financial opportunities that would allow families to thrive are extremely limited. We have the opportunity to change the lives of 130 million people in Mexico. It's not only an opportunity, it's a responsibility. The world needs us, and we need to reach out and share what we've been gifted with. But let me tell you something that might be surprising. The best way to reach out to Mexico is to begin with Hispanics in the United States. Today, about 20% of the U.S. population is now Hispanic. They need our products, they need our opportunity, and they need to hear from you. By the way, I want to address a question that I've been asked quite a bit, and that you've probably heard floating around, which is, why expand into other countries and build in foreign markets? Why not build just here in America? Well, first of all, our name is Plexus Worldwide, okay? It's part of our mission to share Plexus around the world. But actually, one of the best ways to build America is by building in other countries as well. Because when you share that opportunity in those other countries, you share our products, you share our vision, it only strengthens our company here. All the people that Plexus touch in those countries can share back here in America. Do you agree that's an amazing opportunity? Absolutely. If you want another way to build America, build internationally. By reaching out to your downline and asking your circle of influence, and simply asking them if they know anyone in Canada, if they know anyone in Australia, if they know anyone who knows somebody in Canada, anyone who knows somebody in Australia, anyone who knows someone who's Hispanic or speaks Spanish, you're now significantly expanding your market here in America. And your circle of influence just went from this to this. Extraordinary opportunity to communicate. Now, the most important question I've been asked is, okay, that's great. How? How do we get this done? And although it's actually very easy and exciting once you begin, we are going to share with you today exactly how to do business in each of these exciting markets. But also, not only how to do business, but how to share this opportunity with people that you do not yet know. And now, to lead our discussion, I'm pleased to introduce you to the expert on international that's leading our charge. He's a man that I have tremendous respect for. He's our Senior Director of International Expansion, speaks fluent Spanish and English. Please join me again in welcoming Mr. Brett Dolly. Just one more note, since I have the opportunity, before Brett commences, I would like to introduce and acknowledge and also embarrass a little bit a man that makes all of this possible. There's a gentleman here named Gene Tippett, who is our Chief Operating Officer. Stand up, Gene. Gene is responsible for making every single product that you sell. He's responsible for having the highest quality product. He's responsible for getting in all the foreign markets, and he's responsible for distribution so that you get it. And most important, he's the guy that hijacked the truck last night that got us 6,000 more bags of active. Thank you, Gene. Thank you, Brett. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Amazing. What an amazing leader to be taking us. Thank you, Christopher. And I'm so excited. This is fantastic. This is awesome. You should congratulate yourselves. I am really, really excited to be here with each of you. You know, as I mentioned earlier today, just actually not too many minutes ago, growing up, my dad used to take us to Mexico on many occasions. In fact, he was a 5th degree black belt in karate, younger, and used to take groups down to Mexico and do demonstrations. So he wanted to instill in us this deep appreciation to learn about other cultures. In fact, he'd embarrass us in front of groups of girls down there, and we were 14 and just seriously, Dad. Anyway, he spent most of his life with the Hispanic community. Again, as I mentioned, he loved to take us to Mexico. He taught amongst the Hispanic community. He was an ecclesiastical leader in our church with that group. He just loved it. It was in his blood. He'd always tell me part of my blood is Hispanic, and I'd laugh. But soon he developed that real deep love and appreciation in us. Growing up, he was actually involved in direct selling when I was in high school, but I had no idea what it was. I just knew we had a lot of product around the house. He was always inviting, sharing, that whole me plus 3. He was doing that. And just loved it, had a lot of success with it. My uncle did the same thing. So he also encouraged me to get my MBA in international business, which I'm very, very grateful to him for. And his entire life was really lifting up others around the world. So as we look across the globe, okay, more than 8 in 10 people, that's 80%, reside in emerging markets, but live on only 4 in 10 GDP dollars. That's low, okay? So what that means is that potential for us, that potential for Plexus, for direct selling, for each one of you in here is enormous. It's huge. They need Plexus. Those seeking that opportunity, those seeking health and happiness, any opportunity to do better, it's out there. It's available to you. Now, this afternoon, you're going to hear from our country general managers, including, as I mentioned, the new guy, Rene Huerta, from Mexico. Yeah, give him a hand. And they're going to share with you what this opportunity looks like, help you get to understand a little bit about their market on Mexico, Canada, Australia, our U.S. Hispanic market. So I'm also excited to share that we have a few great tools for you to use as you expand your business into those countries. So as a way to help you focus and share the opportunity globally, everyone in this room, everyone is going to get 3 free additional enrollment codes per market. And so, because this is such a phenomenal group, we may not have enough cards. You're going to get them as you walk out the door. So we're going to scan your badges and you're going to get them. Okay? So that's the first one. And through the end of July, anyone who builds outside of their own market, so here's the key, you've got to build outside of your own market, will receive double Business Builder bonus on the entry-level packs and triple on the larger packs. Right? How awesome is that? Now, to give you an update on what's happening in Canada, so you can get to know that market a little bit better and what you can do, please help me welcome our General Manager of Canada, Darla Brown. Okay.
So we can do this together.
Let's do it together. Okay.
I love you back.
Yes, we do. All right. So real quick, is Natalie Fuller in the room? Okay, can you come up real quick? And I'm not sure if Sonia Dudley's in the room. No? Yes? No? Okay, and Brenda Croft. Okay, come on up real quick. Okay, these amazing individuals individuals for the last several years have been on our International Advisory Board. And we just want to take a quick second, recognize them, thank them for everything they've done and contributed, and award them a Mont Blanc Plexus pen.
Well, hello, Plexus. Hello, Plexus. Bonjour. Hasn't convention been just fantastic? I just love our Rise Up theme and how it's been played out in so many wonderful ways this week. And of course, we're rising up in Canada. I am a proud native of my home country, and I'm in Ottawa, Ontario, which is the capital of Canada, by the way. Just so you know, specifically, since we launched in Canada last April, Brett mentioned something that I think we should be very proud of as our Canadian ambassadors and those that have sponsored internationally already. We sponsored over 15,000 Canadian ambassadors and customers. And we've had many ambassadors rank advancements at all levels, which is fantastic. So many of you have already made the decision to challenge yourselves and build in Canada. Congratulations. In fact, Canadians are very supportive of the direct sales industry, and they really do have an entrepreneurial spirit. Our ambassadors have shared our products with thousands of new customers and preferred customers as well. And you know what, folks? Are we just getting started? Canada is an enormous country geographically with more than 37 million residents. What an opportunity to reach out for one person at a time. That represents that great opportunity for our expansion when we do it strategically, thoughtfully, and respectfully. Did you know that Canada is number 27 in the world of direct sales and represents over $2 billion worth of business? Would you like a piece of that? Let's talk about some of the key elements that Canadians really love in the market. First of all, we're a bilingual country. Over 7 million of our Canadians speak French. That's a little over 20% of our population. So with that, let me introduce Ken Reid, Canada's Director of Sales and Marketing. Ken is fluently bilingual and lives in the province of Quebec as well, where a large portion of our francophones live. Ken? Wow.
You didn't say there was going to be this many people here.
Can I tell you?
Merci beaucoup, Dora. Comment ça va, tout le monde? Comme Dora l'avait mentionné, le Canada est un pays bilingue. Et ça, c'est pourquoi je vous parle en français aujourd'hui. Tout le monde comprend très bien? I'm very impressed. What I said in French was that Canada is a bilingual country. We work in both English and French. And what I am here to do today is to let you know that no matter who you send to the Canadian market, you need our assistance. We can provide that assistance in both English and in French. So don't hesitate. We are here to help you. One thing I did hear over the course of the last couple of days is that we've got a movement. And what I would like to do right now, just before I head off, is to let you know that the power of the movement that we have in this room here today is what, and I'm opening up this door for you, I'm inviting you all personally to come to Canada, every single one of you in this room, and you can help us build the Canadian market. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, Ken. Merci. Don't let language be a barrier. If any of you need support with a French opportunity, you're talking to somebody and they're bilingual, or they only speak French, which they say are francophones, just basically contact Ken at kenneth.reid@plexusworldwide.com or at 343-803-4721. We can help you every step of the way. So to support you in connecting with our French-speaking Canadians, we provide our Canadian sales and marketing tools in both English and in French, specifically designed for Canada with the products that we offer there. In addition to the support that we offer, we also have additional tools that include the Sonny and Cher shareables. Pretty good, right? Now, you know that Canada's a bilingual country, but we also have some cultural differences that are helpful to know about. And for those of you that know Canada, we're not just about hockey, we're not just about Tim Hortons coffee, we're not just about snow. Well, we are a lot about maple syrup, but we do love it all. Canada is a vast country, like I said before, 3.8 million square miles. Geographically, we're the second largest country in the world. However, even with our size and geographical challenges, our incredibly harsh winters, we love getting together and we are very community focused. We love to be together with each other. In fact, when Christopher attended our health and happiness tours in March, he was amazed that people just wanted to stay. They just did not want to leave. Late into the evening, we just love getting together, and I know that anybody who was at those health and happiness tours would agree with me. Plus, we also have Zoom and Facebook, right? So it's a really simple way to have live connections in Canada. So if you've ever experienced a Canadian winter, you can imagine that our Canadian summers are very, very precious to us. So on weekends, we tend to head to our lakes and where our cottages are with our families. It's another place where we meet new people, and by the way, just so you know, we have 60% of all the lakes in the world, the most lakes in the world. So sneaking in a few sip and seas in the summer is simple for us. Try to say that 10 times fast. Doing them on weekdays and at home, and on the weekends, we just go to the cottage and do them there. Why not? We also have 4.5 time zones across the country. I know, that's crazy. I know you don't believe me, but it's true. Being aware of those time zones and communicating at the right times of the day is another sign of respect. Brett mentioned that we should appreciate our international expansion not only with the Golden Rule, but with the Platinum Rule. Don't just treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat them as they want to be treated. Makes a lot of sense, right? That's the biggest thing I would share with you. Respect for the people that you're reaching out to. Respect for language, culture, and community. Now, I would like to recognize some amazing Canadian ambassadors who built their businesses in Canada even before we officially launched. These are our Canadian pioneers. Would our Canadian jewels please stand? Emerald's Natalie Fowler, Arlene Wilcox, Rosanna Penner, Marge Martins, Sherry Harbage, Alita Allen, Yarrow Fox, and Cheryl Lambert. Our Sapphire, Krista Howland. And our Diamonds, Eva Schmidt and Andrew Schmidt. Now, how about all of our Canadian ambassadors? I know you're in the room. Please stand. Thank you for paving the way for us in Canada. And now, thanks to Plexus working so hard with Health Canada and meeting really stringent rules and regulations, this is like the US FDA and required, our Canadian products are Health Canada approved. In Canada, this is the law and a benefit when shared with prospects. It can take up to 9 months to get a product approved, and through that process, by the way. So that explains why some products aren't available there right now. It just takes time. And like always, Plexus does things the right way. There are differences of what we can say in Canada about the products, and it's important for you to know the differences and why. To help you, we've developed product cards in both English and French with all the approved talking points that you can share. That same information is available on the Canadian Plexus website at plexusworldwide.ca. And here are some of the available welcome packs and combo packs that are also available in Canada. There are also products that are available for personal use, And you can find these products by going to the US website and ordering products that are approved for not for resale. What about recruiting in Canada? Well, I would advise a softer approach. We're well known for our niceness, after all. I think we are. What Canadians want are the benefits of starting with information plus short stories. We all know that stories sell, right? In order for them to make a really good decision for themselves. They want to know that they are building a Canadian business that is benefiting their own communities and people. And then they'll start to share. Thanks to our Canadian pioneers, Plexus has a great reputation in Canada. Thank you again, everyone. As a country, we are a proud and patriotic country, so be aware of that when you talk and mention Plexus. If you can, use Canadian success stories when you interact. They'll love that. And don't forget our new tool, My Story. It's available to everyone, and you can find Canadian stories there. All that said, building your business in Canada is really no different than building from here in the United States. I can tell what you're thinking, and I think you heard Christopher say it. I don't know anybody in Canada. Well, in any new market, it's not necessarily about who you know. It's about someone who knows someone who knows someone. So tell everybody that you know that you're expanding your business, your very successful business into Canada, and say, who do you know in Canada? Maybe somebody has a cousin, a college friend, or a business contact you just never know unless you ask. Reach out, set up a Zoom, and tell them all about Plexus. Invite them to attend a Plexus meeting in the area, no matter where anybody is hosting it. With our new global calendar, it lists everything that's going on and where and what and how, and it's a great way to find out about what events are coming up and where your prospects can plug in. Little by little, just like you did in the United States, you will begin to build your Canadian business. One person, one product, and one conversation and one relationship at a time. And it's important to note that you're going to get paid the same on the products you sell in Canada as you do on those you sell in the United States. So, you're offering some amazing products and an amazing and incredible business opportunity to Canadians. And you know what? We need it. As Charles said, the world needs Plexus. And you know, he is so right. And to Charles' point, you are helping us to take health and happiness across borders, languages, and cultures. Our Canadian pioneers have shown us that there is a huge opportunity in Canada. With that vast country of more than 37 million, we know that we have something to offer them. And you know what? We are all here to help you. All of our country GMs and the international staff are in place for that very reason, to provide the support and the link to each of the countries. I urge you to take full advantage of everything that Plexus has to offer for you to reach out. We're excited to have you in Canada. Are you excited to come to Canada? I can't hear you. And now it is my real pleasure to welcome our next presenter, Sinead Pollock. Sinead, can I talk? No, I guess not. Bye.
Well, how come I walk on music? Woo! Good afternoon, Plexus. Or as we say down under, good day. Oh, you can try better than that. Good day. So let me just start by, those of you who are a little bit confused, I'm actually Irish, so if you're wondering why she doesn't sound Australian, that's why. However, I have been in Australia now for almost 20 years. I'm absolutely thrilled to be with you this afternoon to share everything that's going on in Australia. Now, as you may know, we launched into Australia on April 6th, and to put it in the most Aussie terms I can possibly think of, we smashed it. Didn't we, guys? Didn't we smash it? Our launch event was in Perth because that's where we have the most ambassadors right now and currently the most business. It was an outstanding event. The energy was electric and the atmosphere was so, so special. People flew in from all over the country. We had Tarl, Alec, and our first ever diamond, Sheila Medina, join us. And it was truly a special day for so many who'd been working for so long towards that point. We had over 300 people in attendance, and we made it official and brought one Plexus to Australia, right? Now, we kept that energy going, and we did our very own Australian Health and Happiness Tour. We visited Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, and Adelaide. And again, amazing events as we rolled out the opportunity to almost 400 prospective new customers and ambassadors. Now, like the US and Canada, we too had an incredible March, and it was added to with our launch momentum. Our sales were up by almost 40%. Our enrollments went up 400%. And we gave away more than 50 iPads. And the exciting thing for us is this is just the beginning. Australia is a market full of opportunity for Plexus, and for each and every single one of you. Now, currently, we have approximately 3,000 Plexus ambassadors and 2 Joules in Australia. And you'll see from the map when it comes up where they're located. All those little hotspots are where we have the most business, and they're currently growing. And what you can see is the rest is wide open territory. It's there for the taking, right? Now, there are nearly 25 million people in Australia, and just as in the US and in Canada, we need Plexus. We need the help that it offers and the financial opportunity our compensation plan affords. Now, the image of Australians is quite often very attractive, good-looking people running along the beach. You know the Chris Hemsworth types? You know? And we are all that and a bag of chips, but like so many other countries, we have the major health concerns of the growing number of people who are overweight. So there is a need for the supplementation that Plexus offers, and the good news is, on a whole, Australians are open to it. Now, Darla talked about some of the traits of Canadians, and you know, down under, we're not all kangaroos and Vegemite. Anybody try Vegemite? Anyone? Woo!
Yes.
Really? Did you like it?
No.
It's a bit of an acquired taste. If you haven't tried it, I dare you. So, what do you need to know about the Australian market? Well, the reality is we're not that different to Americans or Canadians. Relationships and family are very, very important in the Aussie culture, and we love a good get-together. We spend a lot of time outdoors, at parks, at the beach, and in the water. We have more than 10,000 beaches, so it's easy to find one that works for you. We're also a very, very multicultural population, you might have noticed. Made up of all kinds of ethnic groups and nationalities and religions, and it's one of the things I love about Australia. There truly is so much we can learn from each other. Now, financially, Australia is challenged by high expenses in a number of areas. High fuel costs and high labour costs. So that makes the Plexus opportunity really, really attractive, no labour costs. Our affordable business opportunity is a huge plus for Australians. Now, apparently Canadians are known for being very nice and polite, right? Well, so Ken and Darla tell us anyway, right? Well, in Australia, we're a bit more direct and a bit more to the point. I'm not saying we're not nice. In fact, I know we're lovely, right, guys? Yes? But we do like to get to the point. So when you're talking to Aussies about Plexus, you'll find they appreciate the energy and the excitement, but they want to get to the substance of the topic. Audrey's nodding away here. So general rule of thumb is less fluff and more substance. I love my audience right here in the front, they're fantastic. Australia is ready for Plexus and ready for you to expand your business there. So know that we're very well positioned there thanks to our almighty Australian pioneers who have been determined to create energy and excitement for Plexus in Australia. So I'm going to ask one of those pioneers who received an award at our launch event for being a Plexus pioneer, our Emerald Ambassador, Brenda Croft, to please stand, and let's give her a huge round of applause. Australian in the audience. We have 21 Australian ambassadors here at convention. I would like to ask them all to stand. Come on, guys. Now, I kind of really want you to understand that the commitment it takes to be here. Depending on where some of these guys live, it can take anywhere from 18, 24, 26 hours to get here with multiple stops. It is a huge commitment. It is no small feat. So let's give another big round of applause. Guys, I'm so excited for what the future holds for all of us, and I'm excited to be doing this with you. Now, direct selling has been in Australia for over 50 years. And today, more than 500,000 people are involved in this industry. So it is really well established. Australia is the 24th largest direct selling market in the world and has over $1 billion in sales. And let's be honest, with Plexus, we're going to change that number, right? We're going to bring it up. So as you look to build a business in Australia, there are several things going for you. Thanks to these wonderful pioneers, we already have a solid reputation. Australia is very familiar with the direct selling industry and model, and the people there need Plexus to address both health and financial challenges. It's really not that different from what Darla shared about building in Canada. So speak the language. Well, that's English, so that's easy. We do love our slang, so we will throw out some words and you might go, huh? But bear with us, we'll bring you along for the ride, right guys? Know the culture and follow that platinum rule. Treat them the way they want to be treated. Now, global communication is so much easier these days, and Australians are very into social media, so that's a very effective way to communicate. And as far as events, Australians, as I said, do like to get together, so you'll see them doing things like markets and fairs and expos and get-togethers and sip-and-sees. And these types of events would be an effective way to connect and build relationships. But the burning question always is, how do you get your foot in the door? You only need one person to begin to build. And as Alex said earlier, it only takes one person. So remember when you first started building your Plexus business? And what we all do? We wrote out our names, our big list of names. Well, do that again, but widen your search. And think about all the groups you're on in social media, the activities you're involved in, where you connect with your kids' activities or whatever it is. And start asking, who do you know in Australia? Who do you know who knows somebody in Australia? Believe me, I've traveled a bit in my life. Aussies get everywhere. Everywhere. And it really is like 6 degrees of separation. We are all connected. And believe me, if you look, you will find those connections. And the easy thing is that when you make that connection, Slim is a great introduction. It triggers a conversation. It's our flagship product and the one we're most known for. Now, although we have lots of products in Australia, we cannot yet offer the full line. Currently, you'll see on the slide what we do offer, if the slide comes up. So we have Slim, we have lean, chocolate and vanilla, and we have Metaburn, we have welcome packs, and we have combos. And in the very, very, very near future, we will be adding another 4 registered products in Australia, along with combos and packs. Now, I know some of you sitting here will be thinking, oh, that doesn't look like a big list, but just remember one thing. Plexus in the US started with one product. One non-consumable product, the breast check kit. And look at us now, look at the room, right? So we will build in Plexus in Australia in the same way, but there will be differences. So you currently register your products with the FDA. Ours is called the TGA. And by doing that, we may need to reformulate some products from time to time, but being Plexus, we are still committed to providing you with the best products possible, so that hasn't changed. Additionally, we can't do sampling the same way you can in the US. There are different rules. So we've been a little bit, I don't know what the word is, innovative, very good. We call it a 7-day pack. We don't mention the word trial or the sample. We pay our commissions, well, you still earn commissions in US dollars, but when it hits the Hyper wallet, we convert it to Australian dollars, so it makes it easier for all the Australians. Our annual membership is called the annual web hosting fee. All it is a name change. It's that simple. It's exactly the same thing. Now, it might sound a little complicated, but truly it isn't. And our tools and resources in the virtual office have been set up to reflect all these changes and differences. We have our website, plexusworldwide.com.au, where you'll find everything that you need to know. We have videos with Australian voiceovers. We like those, don't we, guys? We do like the sound of our own voice in Australia. That makes us sound really not good. So we have tools, we have shareables, we have an Plexus in Australia Facebook page, so please check that out. And we do have an ambassador community page. We have almost 800 members of the Australian ambassador community page, so I'm trying to hit 1,000. So do you think you can help me out and everybody go look that up and add to it? Now we are poised for explosive growth in Australia. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And I want to leave you with one thought. In the US, when you go to bed at night, if you have a business in Australia, it starts working. Your business will truly be 24/7. How cool is that? Who likes to know that their business is working while they're asleep, right? So thank you all so much for listening to me, and if you have any questions, all the Aussies are up the front down here, so they'll be happy to help you. Now, I have the great honor to welcome two people who are also creating Plexus excitement and synergy in the Hispanic market on both sides of the border. Our international sales manager, Adriana Camberos, and our new general manager of Mexico and extreme dance master, Renee Huerta. Let's give a huge round of applause.
Everybody, stand up. I want you blood to pump out your brain. So, let's party!
So much fiesta, it's fun, huh? Hello, everyone. Who's excited for Mexico? Wait, Renee, I don't think we heard that. Who's excited for Mexico? Hello, hola, and thank you so much. It's a real pleasure to be with you this afternoon, and with you, Renee. Renee and I have known each other for 10 years, and I know you're absolutely going to love him. I think you love him already. Welcome to the Plexus family, Renee.
Thank you. Gracias. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. I know for a lot of people it's their first convention, and guess what? It's mine too, so it's my first convention. But before I continue, and I have to say also thank you for all the excitement and the interest that you have shown in regards to launching Mexico. I want to recognize this powerful woman that is right here with me. She's an amazing person that has committed to open the Hispanic market. So it's my respect and my honor to all those powerful women that are out there working hard to bring something to their families, to the table, to the kids, to this thing. So, I mean, yeah. And I'm not saying this just because, it's because I've been working with many women shoulder to shoulder, talking person to person, and building this type of business through the years. So, here it is. Hit it.
Thank you, Renee. Yes, it is, and a lot of people are going to be joining us in this amazing journey while they begin new businesses in Mexico when Plexus officially launches there next year. How many of you are excited again? It's been my joy to lead our entry into the U.S. Hispanic market here in the U.S. which is going to link very closely into our launch into Mexico. Renee and I are going to tell you a little bit more about the U.S. Hispanic market and our work here, and then we'll talk more about Mexico. I want to thank everyone who went by our Hispanic and international booth in the store just to learn more about this exciting initiative. Who went by the booth? Awesome, that's great news,
Yeah,
right,
it's
Renee?
great. It's great. Thank you, people. Thank you all.
Right, after immersing ourselves in getting to know the market and creating tools and systems, we officially launched our Hispanic market initiative in January at our first ever Spanish-speaking event right here in Las Vegas. With the mariachi band and an amazing training, we kicked off the market the right way. A big thank you to Sheila Medina, Vivi Shadak, and Erika Valderrama, who helped us train at that event. The international team is so passionate about this initiative, and we were so excited. What an exciting day that was for all of us. I want to stop and explain that when we say Hispanic, we're talking about a number of different countries, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, amongst others. While of course not all Hispanic cultures are the same, there are commonalities and shared values regardless of the country of origin. Right, Renee?
Yeah, definitely. The potential of the Hispanic market here in the U.S., as Christopher Peer mentioned, it's really incredible. There are more than 57 million individuals of Hispanic descent living in the United States, right here. 80% of the total population. So can you picture in your mind 57 billion people all together? Is the size of an entire country and is the fastest growing population here in the US. By 2020, 20% of the population growth in the US will be from minorities. And more than half that growth is from the Hispanic individuals. So the US Hispanic market is the second largest speaking Spanish market in the world, behind only Mexico, my dearest country. So this is very important. Of those involved in the direct selling industry, here in the US, 20% are of Hispanic descent. So that shows a great appreciation of the industry and business model in the community. So it's a great, great and huge opportunity. But here's the thing. We are not at that level of commitment or involvement by Hispanic ambassadors in Plexus. Today, only less than 1%, here it is, only 1%, less than 1% of a total ambassadors population is Hispanic. So we haven't touched the Hispanic community at all. So that's another huge, huge, huge opportunity for you guys. It's right here.
Absolutely, Renee. That's an amazing opportunity. The influence of the U.S. Hispanic culture is seen more and more throughout the U.S. in entertainment, music, television, even in movies like Coco, which taught a whole generation about Dia de los Muertos and the importance of family in our culture. Also, Dora the Explorer, who when launched had the most episodes through the Nickelodeon channel. And then, of course, let's not forget Modern Family, with a mix of demographics, including Sofia Vergara. It's currently ABC's longest running comedy. What about the Despacito song? Do you guys remember that one? Do you remember that one, Renee?
I probably, okay.
See, I told you guys you were gonna like
I'm
it,
just
right?
gonna,
Well, we
do
can...
the cha-cha-cha, right? Okay. You see, these are my moves.
Nice moves. We could go on and on. Businesses in every industry are realizing more and more the power and potential that the Hispanic market represents. One, in bringing the richness of our culture into the forefront, and then two, in terms of reaching into this new demographic right here in our own very backyard. In fact, the combined purchasing power of the Hispanic population is $1.7 trillion. Now that's powerful. Can you guys say mucho dinero?
Mucha plata. That's absolutely right, Adriana. In fact, 20% of sales in the direct sales industry in the US comes from the Hispanic market. So come on, guys, we're telling you, there's a huge, huge opportunity. The industry is also seeing that Hispanics are very loyal to a brand once they have connected with it. However, some companies can miss the mark when marketing to Hispanics, which causes disconnect. At Plexus, we have been very deliberate in getting to know the market and preparing appropriately for this initiative. Hiring Hispanics individuals to lead the market launch is huge. That gives us a perspective into the culture you can get elsewhere. Now, can you believe that many companies do not do that? They may think that simply printing the same advertisements in English into Spanish will create that connection. Well, that doesn't work anymore. Wrapping a product in pink packaging, it won't guarantee its appeal to women, right? It has the opposite effect. So, you must immerse yourself and know your audience. And guess what? Plexus does.
Absolutely, and just as Darla and Sinead have shared, knowing the culture of a new market is absolutely crucial. In the Hispanic community, culture is a way of life that affects how we act, what we eat, what we listen to, and potentially how we speak to each other, right, Renee?
Totally. ¿Verdad, compadres? Yeah, totally.
Some of our core values include
It's family first. Family ties are extremely important, and many times, several generations live together in the same home.
absolutely deep pride and heritage. Even with the younger generations who may have grown up here in the U.S., maintaining that strong connection with the family's heritage is so important, and it's a huge part of our identity. This often includes speaking Spanish at home, which means that more millennials now are speaking Spanish at home.
And believe in itself, independence, ambition, risk-taking, and a strong work ethic. These values are huge pluses for Plexus because we want to attract Hispanic ambassadors who are driven to do well and succeed in their endeavors. Those values create a strong entrepreneurial spirit, which may explain the high percentage of Hispanics in the direct selling industry.
Absolutely. In our culture, face-to-face is the accepted and actually the preferred way of doing business. And those strong community networks, well, that only means there's stronger ties and there's already a built-in customer base. There's also a lot of interest in science-based products and health and beauty products as well throughout the community. So when you talk with a Hispanic individual, you should be prepared to discuss what the product can do to benefit you, or at least let them know where they can find that information. Our Spanish website is a great resource for that. Now, how many of you love social media? Raise your hand. We all love social media. Plexus now has 2 new groups in Facebook and a Spanish Instagram. The public brand page, Plexus en Español, and a private community group page, Plexus Comunidad de Embajadores Hispanos. Our Instagram, Plexus Oficial en Español. Now, can you guys do me a favor? For those of you that haven't taken out your phone, please take out your phone and make sure you take a screenshot of the website. Do we have a screenshot of the website, guys? Okay. Well, remember, here you're going to find the latest and greatest for products and businesses. What do you think, Renee?
Okay, I really do love social media. So, guys, we're going to be Ellen DeGeneres. So we're going to share this picture. And so everybody, please, whoever wants to come closer, we're going to take a selfie. Just come on, guys. Whoever wants to be selfie. Okay. Great. Perfect. So remember, we're beating Ellen DeGeneres. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. One more time. And there you go. You'll see. Okay. We'll share this picture with you guys. We'll share it. So it's amazing. And this is so good. Can you guys say muy bueno?
Muy bueno!
Buenísimo, right? Yeah. And I was saying, guys, you have a great potential, a power, and all those kind of things that, you can relay on your team. And this is something that is very, very important. The person that is next to you helping you to build your business, it's important, and you have to, or not you have to, but it's an invitation to recognize those people that are around you. Because, you know, they stay with you regardless of whatever. And especially family, those who have your partner with you, it's great when they are helping you to grow, to inspire others, to build your business. So there's a saying that behind a man there's always a woman, and there was a woman is a man. And I'm so proud because my partner, my dearest wife, is so crazy as I am. So she joined me in this adventure. Is right here in the crowd. So a big round of applause. Honey, please stand up. Love you too. So, yeah, always admire, respect, and encourage you, the people that is around you, to be better, to be the best version of themselves that it can be. So, it is the U.S. Hispanic market is here in the U.S., so it is the same in regards of promotions, in regards of the compensation plan. I'm talking about the U.S. Hispanic market. And in regards of the product, so it is the same. So all the information is right there.
Absolutely, that's a great business opportunity that honestly, Renee, no one should be missing out on. Remember, every state in the U.S. has a Hispanic community, so be on the lookout. Plexus is committed to all cities with Hispanic population and the market, and we'll continue to visit more cities that will be posted in our Facebook pages, so make sure that you're following us and you're on the lookout as well. I'd love to take a moment to recognize our amazing team that's working in alignment together to make sure we're delivering to what the field needs to be successful. We honestly couldn't do it without these guys. Renee had the opportunity to meet every single one of them last week. What did you think, Renee?
Oh, these are amazing people. They are so committed, they're so passionate. They are just, they are going all the way to make this thing happen. So please, a big round of applause to this guy. And you know what, Rihanna? In addition to being a great potential for Plexus ambassadors, Hispanics need what Plexus offers in terms of health benefits. Earlier, we learned a large percentage of the population that is overweight. And that is so true. On the BMI scale, 70% of Hispanics are considered overweight. It is a huge problem in our community. And Plexus can help us address it. I love hearing Gold Ambassador Raquel Limon Torres Pleximani. She expressed how meaningful it was to her that Plexus is concentrating on the Hispanic market. What a blessing it has been to her financially, and how fulfilling it is to bring through health and happiness to our community.
Absolutely. Raquel also shared that gatherings around food are a big part of our culture, with those wonderful tamales, taquitos, pozole, and so on. She was right when she said we need block, right, Renee?
That's absolutely right. I mean, I cannot deny it. I'm telling you. And actually, we need everything Plexus offers. Raquel's story is a great example of the energy that is gathering here in the U.S. Hispanic market. Energy that will create ties for us to other Hispanic and Latin American countries. That includes Mexico! It's the most densely populated, with more than 131 million residents. Christopher just mentioned that. For many reasons, entering the Hispanic market is the right decision. Among those reasons is the fact that our culture places infinite value on family and relationships. I have a feeling that we are about to explode. Definitely, we're about to explode. Right, people? Yes. So what do you think, Adriana?
I agree, Renee. I absolutely agree with you.
Perfect. And let me tell you something. Mexico is the 7th largest market in the direct selling world. So come on, guys, it's a huge opportunity. $6 billion generated from the industry, to the industry from this country itself. So it's a lot of money. I mean, come on. Mucho dinero. And it's healthy and beauty companies being among the most popular segment. So there is a big excitement around the industry right now with participation in the industry on the rise. Mexico is up to 2% over the prior year, and their 3-year annual compounded growth rate is 1.3%. Now, the question is, how do you build into Mexico? Well, it's very similar to the information Darla and Shanette have shared regarding Canada and Australia. As you're reaching into the Hispanic market here in the US, asking everyone who they know and reaching out to those individuals, your new Hispanic customers and ambassadors can do the same. It takes just one person to create that tie, and those people are all around you. Hispanics are living and working and raising their families here in the US. So when you connect with them, you're opening your entry into the Mexico market. As we said earlier, it is important to know Hispanics are not all the same. Our countries of origin have their own stories and identities. So let's talk for a minute about what is unique about Mexicans. First, we're passionate. Can you tell that? Yeah, okay. We're hard workers. And we make things happen when we truly like something. So the potential in the Mexico market is enormous. And we invite each of you to participate. Right, Adriana?
Right, Renee, right. I've seen the power of direct selling with my own eyes, and honestly, I felt it in my heart. I think that between Renee and I, we probably have 100 stories that we could share. Right, Renee?
Correct.
Honestly, it gives me the chills to think of the people who have used this opportunity to literally change their lives. That's why I'm so passionate about the industry and about Plexus. Not only do our products change lives, but there's also an incredible earning potential possibility. This is possibly for generations. We're providing people with the means to build their own legacy companies.
That is correct. And we urge you to make it a priority to bring Plexus health and happiness to the U.S. Hispanic market and prepare for our big launch into Mexico next year in 2020. And let me tell you something, I am totally 100% convinced that working together, we will be playing the starting roles of one of the biggest success stories ever told of the U.S. Hispanic and Mexico markets. And remember, guys, you are not alone on this journey. There is a Plexus team ready to support you. And don't worry if you can speak Spanish. Come on, don't worry about the language. Can everybody say, hola, amigo? Hola, amigo. You see? Hola, compadre? Hola, compadre. You see, you do speak Spanish. Come on. Now, to help you get started, please help me welcome to the stage Senior Director of Global Ambassador Training, Genevieve Escari!
When you rise up in terms of helping other people, you are rising up for your families. You are rising up to help create a legacy for your families for a long, long time. So we really are serious about helping you get started. And I want to take you through some opportunities that we have for you to make it so simple to talk to people about the market. First, we have created recruiting packets. These are in your back office right now as we speak. Underneath the resource library, underneath recruiting and onboarding, there's a new heading now called International. And there are recruiting packets, and they're available for each market, and they have an infographic on the front. It's a PDF with an infographic on the front, and it tells you everything you need to know to have a conversation about that market. Each market also includes the compensation plan, the product price list, information about each market, and how to enroll those people step by step, screen by screen. So, talking to someone about Australia. Everything you need to know is on that front page in a PDF, and you can click on it and it will take you to the information in the packet. You can also use this as something that you can send to recruits as well. So it's for you. You can also throw it in an email or a text and send it to people, and they will have everything they need. The same for Canada. The Canadian Recruiter Packet is available. It tells you everything, how many products, what the social media channels are, what it costs to enroll, anything a new recruit could possibly ask. And we also have one for the U.S. Hispanic market. So recruiting packets available now for you to use. And of course, we want you to be in the know. So if you'd like to text Plexus, just text global to Plexus. You will be on the global email, the global text, so that you get information right to your phones. Stay in the know. There's the phone number in case you don't know what global translates to. I mean, it's hard. I'm like, Plexus, what numbers are those? And of course, we want to help you get started like yesterday. So we have created a PDF for you that has connection posts and graphics for you to use on social media so that you can have a back office tool that tells you here's 10 social media posts, here's 10 pictures, and it's all about creating referrals. So for example, there might be a picture that says, hey, we're opening in Canada. That's great. And the post says, but I don't know anyone in Canada. Who do you know in Canada? It's very referral based. Talks about how to ask people to engage with you, creating the opportunity. So you don't even have to do any work. You just go into the PDF, you right click on it, you copy and paste if you want. It's in the recruiting section in your back office. So beautiful graphics, all done for you. You could start tomorrow, one post a day in each market if you wanted to. The work is already done for you. We also want to show you how quick and easy it is to get around the back office and work in an international market. So if you were to take out your phone, and you don't have to because I don't know if we'll get all the Wi-Fi here, but what you'll notice is at the top of the screen on our website, y'all, there's a flag. I bet you never noticed it before. When you click on that flag, it actually changes the market for you. It brings you to a drop down and it says, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Hispanic US? Do you want to go to Canadian French, Canadian English? And all you have to do is, boop, click on that little button. Boop, click on that little button. And it's going to take you into that market. And so you know how it works. Just follow along, follow the instructions. Imagine talking to someone and being in the Canadian back office in a hot New York second, or talking to someone about the opportunity in Australia and being in the back office in a hot New York second, to be able to tell them, this is what you want to do step by step. Y'all, it is so easy. Even to enroll people, just click at the top and it's just same old, click here to enroll. So simple. I have to tell you, this is an amazing opportunity, and we have had some success already, as you have heard. And so we wanted to invite 2 Diamond Ambassadors who have had experience in the global market to share one tip with you. One thing they want you to know, having already created a global team themselves. So please help me welcome to the stage Diamond Ambassador and new one Plexus earner, Diamond Jared Abart. Come on up. And Diamond Ambassador Eva Schmidt. Woo! Hey, well done. Hello. Hey, y'all. Hey. Just take us through it. Just tell these nice folks why they should get started.
Well, I will go first. I am with my sister from another mister.
This is my brother from another mother.
So she is my Canadian friend, and so I am super excited just as much as I was 6 years ago about the opportunity. So I just want to emphasize that with you the most. I came across a really cool statistic the other day. I was preparing for a meeting and said that 70% of Americans don't like their jobs, which was high, right? Well, the number I'm about to tell you, it was 87% of people in the world hate their jobs. So the key that I wanted to get to about as you expand your business internationally is you can still connect to people with the same thing in mind. Families, people don't like their jobs, products, people want to feel healthy. The next thing I want to say real quick is this is a call out to all my brothers out here. We have a really high percentage of females in America with plexus. As you go international, that percentage is higher male. So get active in your team groups today. Start now, because you're going to attract people in your groups, other men, if they see you posting and being positive and positive about the business, talking about opportunity. So take this opportunity to really set your target high for next year, for this next year, and really expand your business. So that's all I got.
Yeah. Great, thank you. Eva.
Okay, my tip. Well, first of all, Jared wanted me to quick share a little bit about the very first time I spoke in front of people.
Yeah, share your story. This is a great story, by the way. I know we got you on, but go ahead. This is
in front of
worth
15 people, and I nearly had like some kind of mental breakdown where I was looking at my notes, they were all swirly, and I just totally shut down. And Sherry Harvage, she's in the room, she had to take over for me. And that was my first public speaking. So this is my biggest crowd I've ever spoken in front of.
She is not squirrely brain right now.
No, I'm not squirrely. I'm not squirrely brain, but my legs are for real shaking. So if I can do you guys can do it. Yes.
All right, go ahead.
I like to use. Okay, so my little tip for you guys is when you're trying to grow your market internationally, think of everyone as just having. Remember what Rita Davenport said: everyone has a sign around their neck. They want to feel important. People are people everywhere. So don't be afraid to reach out to other people who are looking. They're not only just, we don't just share our product in our business, because there's something even just as important that I like to share with people, which is the culture and the friendships and those things. There's a lot of the community. There's a lot of women who want to be part of something really big. They want to be part of something that's bigger than themselves, something that makes them feel important and has a purpose. So go ahead and share that as well, not just the products in the business. Invite them to be a part of something so much bigger and bigger than themselves.
Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so I was moving rather quickly, but can we possibly go back 2 slides to the PDF? I do want you all to see the PDF of the post, because this is something that I want you to, in the back, y'all, can you just go back a slide or 2? Yeah, this. So this is a document I was talking about. You can see there are photos in there for you to use. There's by market, 10 posts per market, okay? So all you have to do is right-click on the image, it'll download for you, and then you copy and paste that post into your social media feeds. It's already done for you, okay? You can start, thank you very much. You can start today. One last thing I want you to know. You're gonna remember this meeting a year from now. I just really do not want this to pass you up. You are not just sitting in a chair listening to information about a business. You are sitting in a chair listening to information about your future. You're here for a reason. You came to this particular convention for a reason. You are at the right place at the right time. And y'all, these opportunities do not happen every single day. Everybody wants to be in a direct sales business at the beginning. Everybody does. Hear me when I say, this is the beginning. Woo! Yeah! Woo! A year from now, this could be your team. You could be in a room with an international team. 2 years from now, this could be your team. y'all. Think big. The only difference between the haves and the have-nots is action. Action. You never know until you try. And we are inviting you, and we are assisting you, and we are, for your own good, advising you to please try. You have worked really hard in your Plexus business. You deserve every single opportunity that this company has to offer, and international growth is huge, and every one of you will want to take advantage of it, because you never know where you're going to be next year, and it's going to start with what you do the minute you walk out that door. So I invite you, think big, help us help other people, and let's just do this. Come on. So I'm going to invite back to the stage Senior Director of International Expansion, Brett Daly. Come on back out. Shut this down, man.
All right. Let's see if it hit. Oh, there we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're about done. Amazing, amazing. Number one, you got to take action. Okay, that's how you get going. We're handing you a golden ticket. On the way out, so I want to thank all the presenters that were here with us. We have, I mentioned to you, for being here and for taking action. As you leave, we've got 4 individuals out there with some cards, with some codes on it. That's your codes. And we also have some scanners out those doors that will scan your badge, okay? So again, everyone's getting 3 codes. We thank you for being here. Enjoy the concert tonight. Thank you very much.